Welcome back, Datuk. There are 2,000 jobs, as you said earlier, to be filled. But one of the roles of the MDeC is to attract foreign talented ICT professionals to work in our MSc companies. Would it make it competitive for our workers?
Well, I think you have to step back, right? We are responsible to develop and promote the multimedia super corridor, right? To that end, one of the bills of guarantee is unlimited access of foreign talent into IT industry itself. Yeah, and we say IT. This is not about building products. This is about building solutions, innovating. And if Malaysia is to play a continuous innovative role in this particular industry, you want new ideas. Yeah, and new ideas will also come from the foreigners. You know, we knew that from day one. You know, how can you create a Google on your own, right? You need to actually accept whether it's Americans, even Singaporeans, Australians, etc. So that ability to actually attract. Now, this is not about attracting foreign workers to work here, right? The companies who invest here are going to say it is too expensive to bring a foreign worker from America to Malaysia, unless there is actually an enabling environment for me to actually bring this talent into Malaysia and collaborate with Malaysians, right? So Malaysia, have you created a very collaborative environment where Malaysians can work hand in hand with my foreign workers to create the next skill application for the iPhone, yeah? Any enhancement on the Google element. So that's what we're trying to build, and that will create the opportunities for Malaysia, as well as then attract those foreign talents to come here. Right? We're not attracting workers to fill up the 2,000 posts. It's too expensive. Right? That's not the point. So at the 2,000 worker issue, my companies, the MSc companies want Malaysian to fill it. Yeah? So on a stopgap measure between the Ministry of Human Resource, Ministry of Higher Education, and MDeC as well, we are actually, training, if you will, the kind of skills that my industry wants. So last year we touched 8,000 Malaysians. 8,000 Malaysians were retrained in terms of the kinds of technology skills that my companies want in different spectrum, whether it's creative multimedia or technology skills or even business skills, so they can fill up those opportunities that we're creating for Malaysians today.
Encik Husni, earlier you said there were foreign companies actually coming here, joint venture with local companies to develop content. How many of these foreign companies actually come to you for funding?
Well, quite a number actually, because the last 2 years we've seen over 400 companies, 400 proposals. I would say that more than, I think, 30% of the deal flow, we call it, that comes to us basically involves some foreign, either foreign ownership or foreign joint venture or totally foreign, you know. They all come here and they're sourced for not only the facilities, the backup system that we have to facilitate them to launch a business here, but it also requires some funding as well. Now, but the thing is that on our side, while the industry is developing the companies, the business and all that, we at MaVCap, we are the promoter of the venture capital industry here. In fact, we have got currently the largest tech fund focused in investing in technology and in telecommunication area and a lot of other spin-off business as well. Now, in terms of talent development, on the venture capital side, we require a number of people who are experienced enough, who have got the flair to spot the right opportunity at the right time. This is something that MaVCap is really trying to promote, not only investing and putting money here and there, but we also want the industry, the people to basically come together and make sure that they know how to invest and they know how to value add and take companies to a greater height, basically. So this is the role. Not only we give the fund and you just roll the money and all that, but we also need to be to participate in the board level or the management level of the companies. Now, in the whole industry of venture capital here, which I think mostly we have got over close to about 5 billion ringgit venture capital fund within the industry, and approximately half of it is actually contributed by the government through the government agencies and all that. Now, we would require a lot more participation from the other investors. We're talking about pension funds, the EPF, the institutional funds and all that, to join up together so that we can be more commercial than developmental. I suppose that when we see companies, and there's always that when you rely too much on the government funds, there's always the mindset and also the change of the style, how they promote the business. But when we get the involvement of more foreign, say for example, the private parties to come in and to help fund these companies as well, the drive is towards more of commercial and bringing companies abroad. Now, in Malaysia, we have got less than 100 people, investment managers who are active in the market today. And in MaVCap, we've got about 30 people that we're training now to make sure that they are up to mark.
These are the startups?
These are the venture capital managers,
okay.
People who goes around and trying to pick some bright and good companies as well. And we know it requires a lot more training and require a lot more exposures in there. And at the same time, we're trying to open up the talent development through our internship program as well. We are going to launch this internship program for venture capitalists soon. I suppose that by the end of the month we will finish all the syllabus and also the training program for that. We're going to hire probably about between 50 to 100 people to be placed into various. We have got a group of venture capital funds that managed by outside parties as well. We want to place them there so that they are exposed as well to the development of startup companies.
If you don't mind, BK, right? On the funding side, I mean, it's always an issue, right? SMEs will always say, "Allah, there's not enough money," or the criteria is too stringent. And I'm in the middle. I'm developing companies and trying to build an industry for Malaysia. And then, of course, there's the funding side between MaVCap and government and private sector as well. There's always this argument on this side of the house, that laments, that says, SMEs, you want money, please, be professional about it, right? Have an understanding about your business and your business plan, etc. And of course, on the SME side, we're too small. Without funding, how can we actually know what we're doing? So I think this is where, again, better educational process, again, with media and other association can really help, and pick out smaller SMEs who have struggled and made it as icons. And then the learning process. Again, this is the networking portion that I'm talking about that is not readily available. But remember, Malaysia is trying to create this ecosystem. If you think about technology and think about Silicon Valley, how come we're not like Silicon Valley? It took Silicon Valley 60 years, right? Anchored around a university, and then ideas come out before the money came in. So, we are on this journey. And in this journey, both sides have to learn how to, play. Because the SMEs are saying, you want assets for collateralization, mana ada? It's all here, right? It is in the head. We're trying to build something. We don't have factories, etc. And this side is saying, well, you need to be more professional. You got to look at your business planning, etc., etc. So I think in this underlying ecosystem is where people like MaVCap, again, media and associates are trying to build the value add to the SMEs, teaching them how to pitch, how to do business planning, right? Looking at marketing. You think your technology is great, come, tell us who your competitors are. Is it just the Selangor market? Is it Malaysian? Is it Southeast Asia? Is it Asia Pacific, right? So these things have to be, we have to go through the pain, so to speak, If we learn from our foreign counterparts, this is what they go through as well. So perhaps this is a question for him.
We'll take a small break. We'll take a small break at this juncture, and we'll continue again.